Hello everyone, this is Businessman. I'm under no gimmicks right now. This is just me playing a game that I like or don't like, and it's gonna be kind of like a review with kind of a let's play thing going on. I'll basically be stating my opinion while I play the game live. It's not gonna be a let's play or anything like that because I'm just gonna be chopping it, so it doesn't sound like I'm being like retarded when I say certain things. I can actually get an understand of what I'm saying while I'm doing it at the same time. And it's usually going to be games that I have experience with, like Dark Souls. I have some experience with that game. I'm not saying that I'm good, like I'm exceptional at the game at Dark Souls. Like I haven't done PvP yet, but I have a couple hours in it. And I decided to just give my opinion on the game. If I ever do this in the future, I'm going to say it right now, I will never do it blind. Period. That's just going to be something I'm going to follow from now to the end of time. So let's get this started. Already, like a major problem off the bat is a lot of technical issues. As you're familiar with the game, especially the PC version, you'll get to realize that this game has lots of technical issues. When I mean by technical issues, I mean stuff like native resolution, FPS, frames per second, and its overall control scheme. Thankfully, there's a mod online or a patch note thing called DS Fix. You can get it on ModDB for free, and I use it because it's really good at what it does, and that is fixes games where I wouldn't say it's exceptional on the PC, but I would say playable on the PC. Because before it was near unplayable. You had to be a master to play this game on this PC controls because it's absolutely ridiculous to do. I've never really tried it before. That's just because I don't really want to. So let's see. Yeah, these things still spawn. Dark Souls, to put it in terms of gameplay, you may have already heard about how insanely difficult this game is, and if you haven't played it, you would probably think that, oh, they're just over exaggerating. This game doesn't look that hard. It is. It is that hard. Just because people say it's insanely difficult in the modern day era doesn't mean that it isn't in any way, and any friends of Scrub, because if they're referring to this game, they mean fucking business. Because this game is possibly one of the hardest games I've played in a long time. While not the most difficult part, I'm just backtracking the stuff that I already know, so I can get some souls, so I can help myself either buy stuff and whatnot, and this is the best place I know how, aside from going to other places, because it's just close by. So let's go back and let's go to the more difficult area that I'm trying to get into, which is Blighttown. The reason why it's so difficult is because I'm using the background, which involves these giant ass orcs. I give the master key. You probably know what I'm talking about. The master key, by the way, for those that don't have it, is a certain gifts you can get at the beginning of the game. Like when you're in your character customization mode, you can choose your starting gift, and it'll have like a list. And pretty much the only good one there is the master key, because the other ones either you get later on in the game, or they're just completely worthless. Like for example, the Witch's Ring. Witch's Ring is basically just lets you talk to certain NPC that you wouldn't normally be able to. Just to put, for example, I forgot her name, but the person that's under here, actually I'll go to her in a second real quickly. I'm sorry about the frame rate issues, by the way. I'm not really sure why this game messes up perhaps, but I think it's just because of this 30 frames lock. This chick right here, that allows you to refresh SS flags and all that. I'm pretty sure you could talk to her with it on. There's also the pendant that does absolutely nothing, and there's the binoculars and whatnot. But really, it's the master key because it allows you to go around pretty much anywhere much more easier, and you get to do some little secret back stuff like the way into Blighttown, which I'm going to go into right now actually. The game, from what I can tell, has very little to no loading screens, which means pretty much you can just explore the entire world seamlessly. But there will be times like that where frame rate might randomly drop, but that's just because it's one of the most poorly optimized PC games in a long time. I haven't seen the PC port turn this horribly. But you know what? It's a thing where I can get by it so long as the modding community is behind it, and the modding community is really behind this game. So let's hop onto here. Let's go down to Blighttown. I'm sorry when you don't get invaded in Blighttown because I know for a fact that the frame rate in Blighttown, pretty much any user on the PC version and any console version, as long as I'm concerned, they all have a hard time in Blighttown in terms of frame rate, which can lead to a lot of difficulties, especially with online play. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if we were to get booted off online play once we get there. But first is when we have to be dealing with the orcs, which do a lot of damage, and you don't give a whole lot back. I wouldn't say it's artificial difficulty, because if you did properly level up before, you would be more than capable of taking these guys down much more easier, and also being able to track down their tactics, I would say. So we're going to take them one at a time. So let's see if he wants to come over here. Just going to scream. Come here, buddy. Okay. So I'm using a club because under this Nerd Crusher character, I'm going to probably be using for a future video of the Nerd Crusher Rex. Oh shit, I'm poisoned. Of the Nerd Crusher Rex Dark Souls, which you might see later next week, maybe. I don't know. I still have a couple of videos I want to keep going on. I already have this week's video playlist already set in terms of ideas. But aside from that, I do plan on doing one in the near future with this character. But before I got distracted, I got hit with a status effect. There's a few of them in this game. It's not as heavy in other games, like proper JRPG by any means, but there's a few. The worst by far is Toxic, which is insane damage over time. Usually, like, the standard is, for damage over time stuff, it's usually poison and maybe burn. But, Toxic in this game is absolutely devastating. Found out the worst status effect again in this game, and how ironic is that you can get both poison and Toxic very easily in Blighttown. But unfortunately, we have to go to Blighttown because for one, there's a main boss that we have to take down there, and two, the Nerd Crusher character that I've been wanting, I have to get the large. It's the Great. I think it's the Great Club. That's down there. So yeah, we wanted to go get that, and that's down here as well, and it's the only place to get them. Get them pie. Unless we get the large club from these guys, which I think is highly unlikely. But in which case I'll be happy with both, because I'm just going to reinforce them. Alright, welcome to Blighttown. Let's just run over here. This is definitely the place I've had the most trouble in my older playthrough. I played through this before as a Pyromancer, which is debated to be the easiest class to get into this game, which I would agree with. Pyromancer is a very stable class to use, as it mixes in both magic and brute strength. For this Pyromancy flame and its axe, while stuff like the knight. I mean, it has really not a whole lot of setbacks, while the knight actually has a few. but I've been doing this just for a strength build, and the knight is perfect for that, in my opinion at least. You could probably go with the warrior if you wanted to, but I decided against it. So let's go down here. Here we go. From Toxic City, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, just take a look at our health here real quickly, and you will notice what I mean by insane damage over time. Like, this is the worst you will ever see it. And these enemies are some of the most annoying I've seen in video game history. They swarm up on you, they give you tons of toxic, which is insanely difficult to, and they're insanely difficult to get rid of. Take a sip. Get it. Especially just run. Just run past some enemies just because it's so ridiculous to deal with. So the places look very diverse. I think, like, Blighttown is very indistinguishable from the other game, from the other parts of the game. Also, I can't get up there. Oh no! I was not paying attention to my health bar at all. Alright, so I never actually noticed this before, but this is some little fun that I just found out about. If you just run past these guys, just get past this guy real quickly. Alright, and you get into Blighttown, we'll still be following you. So if you get down to over here, you guys be hauling ass. And looks of things. Alright. Now, be amazed. Oh, there they go. 1, 2. I think that last guy got stuck. Okay, so we're properly back. We made it to the heart of Blighttown, I guess you would say. We don't have any souls to level up really. I'm only level 26, but and like I said, the frame rate's just dropping like crazy right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna just really quickly. Oh boy, and this is what I'm talking about. So I got the Great Club. Yeah, it seems to be that just that specific tunnel. Really in Dark Souls, it just kills you. It seems like everywhere else in Blighttown's easy. Alright, so we are actually going to reverse Hollow real quickly, and we're actually going to fight Maynard or Mildred. Just because I want to figure out what's not. Oh, there she is. Okay, here she comes. I'm going to go in here real quickly. So, this will give you a taste of PvP, about M3 PvP. Because online this is bullshit. So here she comes. Enemies appear in red and black. So now we have to find a way to kill her. And she's really easy to kill. But at the same time, I'm afraid of dying to her now. Take a sip. There we go. So we got her. And forgot what we get. Always get her humanity. Sweet. And the butcher knife. Okay. So let's go and use that. Now let's talk about leveling up. Since we now have enough experience to do so. Leveling up, essentially you use your souls, which souls is your global currency in this game, to do whatever. Buy items, level up, reinforce your weapons, which is basically just make them more stronger, so on and so forth. And just for now, I'm just going to be just leveling up my character because I haven't done that in a while. As you can see, I'm going for a strength kind of loadout here. 30 strength. I'm going to put some towards vitality because it looks like I'm pretty low on health, but at the same time, I really want to use my strength. Alright, so I made a Quelaag, but I forgot to get Mini or Mildred. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. But aside from that, let's see how well we can do against her, just normally. I just want to give an example of facing against a regular boss. Quelaag is a major boss in the game. But you can fight her in any order that you want. That's what's kind of cool about this game. And is that you can face any boss, go to any area that you want right as you finish the prologue. And but there's 2 bosses I think they're required to get to Sen's Fortress, which I think goes to the second half of the game, from what I believe at least. And that's Quelaag and the Gargoyles. But as you can see, these bosses are fucking ridiculous looking. And they're fucking covered balls. As you can see. 5 deaths now. So that was something. That was definitely something. I'm just going to give you a quick wrap up about the bosses, because I don't want to go back to Quelaag again. The bosses range in difficulty. I mean, there's easy bosses like Pinwheel that are very easy to kill, and then you got insane. Then you get the more difficult bosses. My bad. Like Quelaag here, for example, I consider her to be difficult, especially when you're playing solo. That's just how she is. And then you got your optional bosses, like I said, Pinwheel, and all them. They can range in difficulty. But yeah, it's all up to your experience, really. You can choose to just go through just the major bosses and just finish them all up, or go through the optional bosses to get the best loot. Playthroughs are very diverse in this game. You get to really do whatever you want. You can kill whatever NPC you want, but just know that there's consequences, especially in online play when you do that. And yeah, I mean, if you're into action RPGs, I guess you would like this game. I don't know what to say at the end of these videos, but I'm just gonna say, I like this game despite its major technical drawbacks, and some of the gameplay elements I don't like, for example, backtracking. But yeah, this has been my thoughts on Dark Souls, and thanks for watching.